No mai, haere mai. Welcome to Fly Palmy Arena for what will be another exciting third and fourth matchup, this time between New Plymouth boys and Rotorua boys. And sitting beside me, the vast experienced Stace Lambert. Stace, how are you going?
Great, thanks Liam. Great to be here again on finals day. Good to be here for this two great teams here for a third and fourth playoff. Got to be honest, it's always a hard one to get up for.
Absolutely, and we've just talked about the, Palmerston North Saturday morning. Where would you rather be? And it's an exciting one that we're here to watch two very, very good teams play up against each other. None of them want to lose. Bronze medal's very important, and New Plymouth boys and Rotorua will be hunting that down as we go into the game. How's your secondary schools experience been this year?
Oh, yeah, it's been fantastic. Just straight from day one, you could really feel the positive energy and excitement all around. And then, by the time we got to day three, we're into some semi-finals in the single A's. And then the next day, we followed up with some preliminary quarterfinals, and the games would just get better and better throughout the week, and the energy just picks up as the week goes on. Absolutely.
As we have a look at a few of the teams, and looks like Rotorua boys are. We'll look at New Plymouth first, actually, and Stacey, if you want to do the honours for me.
Okay, we've got Kyle Campion, Darcy Rapata, Eli Poolgreen, Hudson Snooks, Jago Robertson, Xavier Adams, Gareth Washer, Riley Tuta, Oscar Goodman, Caleb Hinton, Keanu James, Marius Snetzer, Coach Dave Bublitz, Assistant Coach Brendan Baxter, and Manager Andrew Hope.
Vast experienced lineup there as we look at Rotorua boys.
And at number 4, we've got Tuteao Rairino, number 5, Christian Vano, Elijah Fonote at 6, Te Ako Bennett, Xander Masters, Trent Irving, Thomas Glynn at number 10, number 11, Hamuera Moka, number 14, Shane Gifkins, Charles Anderson at 15, and rounding off the team, number 20, Casey Nwafo, and coach Theo Tate, and assistant coach Mark Ellis.
Just over a minute to go here before we tip off the 3rd and 4th at Fly Palmy Arena. Intensity's building up. There seems to be a few people here really excited to see the matchup that it is. Of course, we've got the finals later on tonight, but first we need to get through the 3rd and 4ths as people are coming from far and wide around Aotearoa to watch these games and be part of the secondary schools environment in action. Big shout out to Whakata Māori and all our sponsors and partners that have helped us to get here today, have these games live streamed and allow anyone from around Aotearoa to watch them. More intensity building up. What players are you looking forward to seeing today? And I know it's probably one of those situations where the entire team working together is exciting, but there were a few key players, especially for New Plymouth boys, going into their game where they lost to Rosmini 85-70. And I'm looking at the likes of Riley Tuta, number 11, is he number 11 today? Yes, he is. 38 points in their game against Rosmini. 38 points.
He was outstanding. He was just absolute hitting them from outside, driving to the basket, creating contact. Another good player that we saw in there was Xavier Adam at the point guard. He was just spearheading their fast break with some great kicker heads early on and some outstanding shooting. And also number 7, Hudson Snooks. You know, one of those players that does all the dirty work, doesn't get a lot of points, gets a heap of rebounds, sets some great crushing screens and gets his players open.
Yeah, well, he did have 0 points yesterday, but he played 31 minutes, so that's kind of telling of the player that he is.
Absolutely.
You know, doesn't want the points credit, but really is into the nitty gritty, hard work stuff. He's setting the screens, he's doing his work to ensure that his team come out on top. Didn't come out on top yesterday, but he's hoping that they do today. Palmy North boys in the white and Rotorua boys. Palmy North boys, what am I on about today? Struggling a little bit early morning. You Plymouth boys, apologies. Rotorua boys, tip-off comes. And it looks like the ball will start off for Rotorua taking their way up the court.
So these guys would have met earlier in the season at the Super 8 competition, which is all the North Island boys high teams. That's a really good tournament.
Held in Taranaki this year, I believe. I was able to watch the games actually on Whakata Māori on their YouTube channel. It was good to see. As the Plymouth boys, I'm going to start calling them Palmy boys by accident shortly. Number 11, there he is, the man we were talking about, Tuta, throws it up. And looks like Vano will take it in, drive through the layup. Comes off the screen, ricochets right off. Sets itself up. Goodman tries to the hoop. No teams have points yet. KC with an exceptional dunk yesterday. I'm hoping he's got some earth-shattering abilities today and get up right over Hunter Adam, but this time it's up against New Plymouth boys. At the top of the key now, that right-hand side. Ball still with Tuta, looking out wide, and he's just out of bounds, caught by Amy Jo Clark, and she's decided we're going the other way.
How many times do you see that, Liam, in the corner there? Players catching the ball, having to put the right foot back to take off. So players have really got to practice on being able to drive without getting that back foot to propel them forward.
Well, it's normally with that switch, right? They go from having 2 feet and they switch to the right or switch to the left, and that's the foot that just touches the line. Yeah. The shot goes begging. Wild shot by Vano. Can't get it in.
Bit of a loose start so far, Liam.
Yeah, absolutely. No points have been scored yet, and the set plays just don't seem to be finding their players. Well, we can find those corners, they're just not going as well when they take the shot.
Adams can't connect with the fadeaway.
Brings the ball back up. Rairino can bring it in and score the first points of the game for New Plymouth boys. Seems to be a lot of top swinging, not much in the key. Lovely drive, but hits the base of the rim. fumbles the ball, and we're going the other way.
Great hands from Adams getting in there and then deflecting it out of his hands and then coming off Rairino's leg. And New Plymouth come up with the ball. So Rotorua boys in a 2-3 zone. Have a high screen up, high on-ball screen, but a bit of a careless turnover. We have a simple 2-on-1. Great contest from Riley Tuta and great finish.
They seem to have another 12 on my sheet actually, so I can't tell you who number 12 is, but whatever they did, took an off arm and really drove into the contact and made the layup. It's a 3-pointer goes by Tuta, and that will be him starting the game off.
I think that was Xavier Adams on that one.
Sorry, my bad, that's Adam.
And Adams is just carrying on from where he left off last night.
He was shooting those threes late into the game to try and keep them within scoring range. He just couldn't, and now Masters drops some points in the game, and he'll check in and start his bank account off.
Geez, anytime Tuta gets a half a look, he's got 2 players running at him, and he was deadly last night. He's been deadly all tournament.
Well, they've really done their scouting report, Rotorua. They know not to leave him open. They definitely know that if he's got the ball, he's going to either shoot or be dangerous with his driving. Very good at the drives, but his shooting is just tremendous. He's able to bank it in from pretty much anywhere. And watching him run around screens and free himself up from his defender, that was the exciting part for me. So another 2 points goes in for Rotorua.
A little bit guilty of not boxing out on that one, but back down straight the other end.
Going straight into some contact, does he? But Tuta says, don't worry, and grabs the 2 points.
I've really been impressed with how strong this kid is. Despite his slight frame, he takes contact really well.
Left-hand side now, ball's in. I need to find out who number 12 is. But I know who number 12 for the Plymouth boys is, and that's Oscar Goodman. And Goodman takes it from one side to the other. Gets 2 points to take it. 2-point game now. And Plymouth just in the lead. Almost halfway through this first quarter. And Goodman will take it, come up with the ball again. Passes off to Tuta. Look at that, easy 2 points. Right-hand layup. That's essential basics in basketball.
And yeah, Casey Nwaifa not wanting to contest that one, not wanting to give up an early foul in this first quarter. So a very smart take to attack the big guy early on, knowing that he won't want to give a foul. So the pick and roll and we pitch to the wing.
Fadeaway jumper, couldn't get it, but they get the offensive rebound. Block there by New Plymouth boys. And oh, look at this, good. That's a dunk by Washer. I'll be calling a timeout if I was a coach now, but I think he's happy to sit back, let them play. But
again, I'd like to give a shout out to Xavier Adams again. Just those quick kick aheads turn that 2-on-1 into a great opportunity.
Ball swings to that left-hand side.
In and out.
For Natia. Can't get the ball, but they'll retain possession. It looks like Robertson will be checking in for New Plymouth boys, and Goodman will have a seat.
We saw some good stuff from Jago Robertson last night. He came in off the bench and made an impact, getting his deflection on some defense, doing some great rebounding.
Shot up from Masters.
Masters with the sweet touch on the Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
Staying on that left-hand side still. Not finding much inside, but because most of their points have seemed to be coming from turnover fast breaks or three-pointers. So that inside game isn't as strong as it was yesterday. Still, we're still only a few minutes into the first quarter. As drives in.
We got to get this guy's name. He is clearly going to have a huge impact on this game. Great drive from number 12 from Rotorua boys. He's been very active and great lob inside there again from Xavier Adams. Stripped down low from Masters, and Rotorua are off and running. We're 4-on-2. Nwaifa in the trail. Back in again for number 12 to finish off. It's a good position for Rotorua.
he's probably changed numbers because of yesterday. But today, he's on fire. So we need to know his name. As the ball just touches the shot clock up the top. It'll go the other way, and it looks like a few people will be subbing in for both teams.
Yeah, we've seen a few funny shots like that where they've gone over the backboard, and the nature of these backboards are it can go over and not touch anything. And of course, if that happens, it's still live play.
It's spring-loaded, isn't it? It's, you know, it's bouncy airs, and we've seen this through the Sal's NBL season as well. Rotorua boys will take to the left inside. KC and Irving will finish it off with a lovely floating shot for 2 points.
Liam, anytime you can get the ball into that high or low post, as we're straight back down the other end, and Oscar Robertson slams one down off a great pass from Washer.
Goodman with the slam home. That's definitely sending some signals now to Rotorua boys. The intensity's really big here. It's heating up, and Washer will get a rebound as they come on the attacking end this time to try and see what they can do down the other end. Swings it out left, pass to the inside. It's Goodman's area. He wants to be dominating that. Robertson, and a turnover there. Just a pass that couldn't connect, and now Varno will go to the line and shoot a couple.
Christian Varno with a squares up on the three-point line, and great hesitation. Gets Tuta to run out, gets him off balance. Is able to take a couple of dribbles and get all the way to the hoop. Rotorua really looking to shoot the ball from outside, and no hesitation on any of their threes, whether it's early in the shot clock or not.
James and Snetzer will come in, give a few players a rest, a well-deserved break. They've got the ability to have, because unlike Whangarei, they've got a few players up their sleeve. Playing with a squad of, only 7 is very, very challenging, and they did a great job at maintaining fitness, and couldn't quite finish the job off in the last game. They did a solid trying to get it all sorted, and they played their heart out, and you saw the emotion at the end of the game. As we continue with this game, you Plymouth boys, 14. James has the ball back to the top. Thought about 3, Tuta, but decided I'll drive in and get 2 points instead. Man, he's really, really good at this basketball IQ thing. He saw the open gap, he took it, and he benefited from it with 2 more points. So a shot clock issue by the looks of things. Great to see both coaches already rotating in some of their bench. You've got to think, 3rd and 4th playoff, you've got to actually probably, if I'm coaching, I'm actually starting to think about my team next year and getting some experience against a good team in a good situation. High pick and roll. Formatia tries to draw the contact, but can't get it, and he looks at Amy Jo Clark and says, why no foul? And there's no foul there. He knew what was up, and it was just a smart defensive play by New Plymouth boys. And now it's their turn to try and capitalise on the missed shot there. To the left corner. And James, he's no LeBron, but he's playing like it.
We didn't see Keanu James last night, and so that's a great opportunity he sees there. No hesitation in the corner.
Well, that's a great way to start off your playing day, isn't it? 3 in the corner, gives you the confidence for the rest of the game.
Great shot there in the post. Again from number 12 from Rotorua boys.
Tuta's stuck in the double team. Pass out to White. No 3-pointer this time, but they get the offensive board, and that's going to help them set up the rest of the attack. And a way pass from Tuta. And he'll get the offensive rebound from the ground and drive in, and 1. Now that's dedication. Offensive rebound, almost an assist, and bags 2 points, and he'll go to the line for 1 more.
I look at him lying on the ground, pretty much just got up just before the rebound falls into his hand. And the presence of mind to take it strong. Really leading with that left shoulder to hit the defender, to give himself a bit of space. Then extends out, gets it around the hand of the defender.
Gifkins comes in for Rotorua boys. And the next one's made, and it's a 3-point play right there.
Liam, it's always a sign of a good player when you see them at the free throw line a lot. You know, so oftentimes players will miss shots and just keep shooting, but finds a way to get it done. Tuta. Vano comes off with a handoff off to Bennett. Swinging around the outside. Charles Anderson, number 12. Good hand on the shot there from Oscar Robertson. Oscar Goodman, sorry.
There's so many names, there's so many players, isn't there?
I've coached against these New Plymouth guys so many times, but I never knew their last names. I only knew them by their first names.
Well, obviously the scouting report doesn't need a last name, I'll tell you that, as Adam tries a shot, and again they get the offensive board with 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. It comes up nicely for number 13, and another number that seems to be wrong on our list. That's all right, because we do know the name of Vano, who scores that one and gets the points in before quarter time. 24-21 to Rotorua. They've got 3 points up their sleeve as we go into the second quarter. That's a way to finish a quarter. We were so busy focusing on who they were that we forgot to call the last few seconds.
Yeah, Christian Vano is having a good presence in the game here. I'd like to see a little bit more action going through him. He looks pretty solid in his decision making as we see him get this last shot. Little step back, fake the step back, up faked and then floated forward.
Yeah, that's a play that you'd figure out at trainings, wouldn't it? Last second shots. If I was a coach, or from my successful coaching of the Tonga Girls Senior A in Division 1 in Wellington, we would be practicing those last minute shots and to win us the game. And I'll tell you, on all occasions, it didn't win us the game. But and I'll take full responsibility. But they know how to do it. This is the big leagues. This is the secondary school nationals, 3rd and 4th. So you need to be aware of what's going to happen. Go from there. The Plymouth boys are, while they're 3 down, it doesn't seem like there's much in it. Both teams are playing hard. They're playing well under the hoop. They're doing their jobs. It's a big one, and I'm excited to watch the rest of this half and the rest of the game.
Yeah, 24-1. It's been a high-scoring affair so far. So we've had a nice, good start. It's what we like to see when we're watching games, don't we? We like to see a high-paced game with lots of shots, a couple of dunks, one from each team. No, just the one was just the two.
Just the one so far.
Oh,
exciting stuff, and the excitement does continue a bit later on today from 3 p.m. on Whakata Māori on Freeview as well. Watch the To the Line documentary. Have you seen that documentary?
No, I haven't yet.
Well, what will you be doing at 3 p.m. this afternoon?
I guess I'll be watching that documentary, will I?
That's what I like to hear on Whakata Māori. Best place to watch it, because straight after, oh, there we go, we see the running mayor of Hamilton, Jeff Green. At 3 p.m. that To the Line documentary, and then straight into the grand finals for both the girls and the boys AA national titles. Start the ball off. New Plymouth will have it in the start of the second quarter. Down by 3. So they have a chance to even it up in this play. Let's see as Adam has the ball. Fires it across to Tuta, and again, he's dangerous. Give him a little bit of space, and he'll do just that, and evens the game up, just as called. 24 apiece. That is an excellent way to start a quarter. And again, it's what was needed. Now it's an even playing field for the rest of the quarter. KC with the ball. Anderson swings it out back at the top. First touch of the ball for Bennett. He's back on the court. And KC will come in and fights through some contact and manages to get 2 hands up. And the ball goes in the hoop.
Well, Naiwhai's been doing some great work getting some posts, but these guards aren't delivering him the ball on the inside, so he catches it on the outside and says, I'll take it to the rack myself.
Do it yourself if no one else will do it for you. And it just shows you the defensive pressure that New Plymouth boys are really putting on them. They're able to push them into a way that, in the last 10 seconds of shot clock, the ball's going back to near halfway, and they're having to reset their plans.
New Plymouth boys into a man-to-man here. Great seal on the inside for Naiwhai again. Loses the handle. Washer one's going to need to get in front of that. As Tuta back down the other end, denied from Nuafa. Tiako Bennett, number 7.
It was fired wide, but rebounded very nicely by Washer.
And Adams gets in behind the defense, but isn't able to convert.
Set the ball up with Rairino. Casey has the ball. Right hand side, he's dangerous there, but oh, he's flirting with the touchline, but just manages to stay in. 7 seconds on the clock, and this is the point we were talking about, where the New Plymouth boys are very dangerous and disrupt them. Shot goes up, might have just touched the, no, and shot clock violation's been called by the officials. Looks like the ball didn't touch the ring and it was reset in error, so that will be a shot clock violation. That is fantastic pressure from New Plymouth boys, and they really do deserve that ball back.
Despite this being the 3rd and 4th playoff, Dave Bublitz clearly wants that game. He was up when he saw that shot, reminding the referee that it hadn't touched the rim. Of course, so if it doesn't touch the rim, we don't get a reset on the shot clock.
That's right, but I'll tell you who does get a reset, and that's Xavier Adam from that left-hand corner, who banks 3 points in for his team. Just gives them the lead, 27-26, early in the second quarter. Here at Fly Palmy Arena, secondary schools basketball at its finest. KC in the corner.
Look, I like that matchup with Casey Nwafa down in the post. He's looked solid inside there.
Nwafa is looking deadly in there, and I hope he continues, because it's strong. They need to get the ball to him. He's tall enough to be able to just get the off arm. There's another 3 for Xavier Adam. He's heating up.
Number 4, Tutao Rairino going under that screen. Not a good idea to go under any screens on Xavier Adams.
Nwafa and Washer are having a really good contest in the paint. That just allowed for Robertson to sneak in there and get 2 more. But it's gonna be definitely a contest to look at inside of the key and see how they battle up against each other. It seems to be only down the Rotorua end that they're really in the key. Apart from that, Washer's just waiting out as James fires off. Rebound.
Overfired on that one, a little bit strong.
A little bit strong, just how I like it. Can't convert on that one. Ball goes back up the court. Fast break on. It's a 3-on-2 here. And a foul goes called, and he'll go to the line. And that will be Riley Tuta taking 2 points to the line as we have another look at that. Yeah, it seems like Varno just tried to get the defense on him, but just couldn't. Oh, no, referees have taken it to the baseline. Apologies. I've jumped the gun a little bit there.
No, I think you were right. The referee on the top here definitely signalled for a foul.
I'm just gonna have
we have got 2 shots.
Ah, there we go. That's all right. My referee knowledge looked at it and went, that looks like 2 shots to me. The officials just double checking, and I think they got it right in that case.
So Xander Masters from Rotorua boys has looked good as well. A beautiful drive down the lane with a little finger roll that just creeped over the rim.
I feel like on the commentary here, I'm back in like year 11, year 12 English, trying to write all these essays and talk about these players in the most descriptive way possible. NCEA, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Rotorua and New Plymouth. Rotorua have it. Nwafa in the middle. Finds it out to Varno. Varno, he's shooting it from these mid-range distances and forces a timeout by New Plymouth. New Plymouth will go and have a chat about it and say, why are we letting him shoot? Scores deadlock, 32-all. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Man, the intensity is really building up, and they're shooting really well. They're really taking their shots, and the majority of the time they're going in. We're struggling to see rebounds simply because their shots are going well. They're talking to one another, they're processing each other's thoughts, and they're getting into positions where they're able to take these shots and get them in.
Yeah, I certainly think over the last few years we have seen a huge increase in the shooting ability of players, especially with New Zealand not always having the big giants that you see internationally. That although looking out on the floor tonight, there is a few giants, especially in that New Plymouth team with big Oscar Washer and Oscar Goodman. Gareth Washer, sorry. Oscar Goodman's only a year 11, so he's only 15 years old.
Very young.
Despite, you know, having a man's body, you can't forget, you know, he's just a 15-year-old out here playing with some experienced high school players.
Well, that will set him up for a few more years of secondary school basketball, I tell you. As do Plymouth. We'll look to continue. It's a very, very close game, this one. It's almost too close to call. We're only in the second quarter, though, but it's suiting up to be a good one. Looks like Snooks is on the floor for Palmy North, and the pass to him just taken over by Rotorua. As Nuafa look to set something up and run a play here.
Great job by Tuta on denying the handoff.
Absolutely, forces him to shoot. He's back quickly though, very quickly. A foul's been called on that baseline, and I think that will be his first foul for the game. It's only been one foul this quarter.
Good to see the big fella get out there, try and move his feet. Thought he was a little unfortunate on that one. Most of the contact initiated from the defender. He wasn't really going anywhere. Wasn't much space on the baseline.
Drives in and lovely flick, can't get it in.
Uncharacteristic miss there from Riley Tuta.
Going to say, it sounds like a given basket almost if you leave him that much room. Rotorua, Masters passes it off to Anderson, and Anderson will lose possession. A great defensive play just along that baseline. Snooks really gave him a hard time and came up with the reward, and now Plymouth will have the chance to capitalise from their turnover. On that right-hand side, indeed. Taken back to top. They look to run something here. I think they've got a bit of time. They've got 10 seconds. There's plenty of time in basketball. Passes back. Adam. Another three-pointer. He's got a big smile on his face.
Well, he looked like he kind of lost the handle when he caught that and brought it on its way up. But still managed to knock it down.
That's the skill level we're competing with, isn't it? It's fantastic just to see these players and being able to do things that you wouldn't normally see. You know, we've got rep basketball, and high school basketball is just another level. Mates, friends, but you're with each other for about 5 years. Rep teams, things change, and the shot clock goes off. 12 blocks. Goodman on the block, and now he's going up for two. Complaining about the shot clock there, but
I think the shot that Masters threw up was, I think it was probably after the buzzer went. They played on with the offensive rebound with Charles Anderson. So we're just conferring whether Masters got the shot off in time or not.
Well, we're just going to confer it. And
that would nullify the foul if that was the case.
That is the case, yeah.
So perhaps important call here for Dave Bublett's accessory for Hudson Snooks, number 7.
Well, they're all appealing for a shot clock. And the foul will stand. Okay.
And your Plymouth crowd show their disagreement.
Hey, well, that's what it's all about. You know, it's a very, very too close to call now in these situations, and on the spot decisions are needed to be made. But the on the spot decision chose to take Charles Anderson to the line, and he'll shoot the first one.
Charles Anderson rocking an awesome mullet there.
I would say that might be a mullet of the tournament, with the exception of referee Ethan, who has what could possibly be the best mullet I've ever seen. That thing's still growing. The last time I saw him 3 months ago, you know, it was too long, and now it's even longer.
Of course, Ethan from your hometown, isn't he, from the Hawke's Bay? Is that your hometown?
Well, Wellington's my hometown, but Hawke's Bay will say second home if you'd like. Originally from Gisborne, he is. It's a Gizzy boy, he's up there now. He shoots to the left, you got Big taking a shot. And Oscar Goodman from the corner. He says, I'll bank in on the threes raining. How good is that to see your big guys able to shoot from the corners? That's a skill to have.
Well, it's great to see that the coaching staff there recognise, you know, the future for this kid is not to be stuck in the middle and play as a centre. But he's got the flexibility and agility to be able to, and the skills to be able to shoot from outside, guard people from the outside, and take people off the dribble. as we see Masters with another solid drive to the basket. He's looked smooth.
Robertson will pick up his first foul of the game. Takes the foul count for Rotorua to 3. Sorry, to the foul count for New Plymouth to 3. It's around the wrong way on our scoreboards.
And New Plymouth doing a much better job denying the post-entry passes in the last few possessions. It's just seen them jump out to a little 3-point lead. High pick and roll, straight to the corner to Tuta.
Oh! That's a putback dunk if I've ever seen one. Put that on the Basketball New Zealand highlight reel. That's a big one from Oscar Goodman.
And that got the crowd going, didn't it?
It really did. Look at them stand up. That's a play, and like I said, those intensive matchups in the key. Washer's changed out for Goodman. That's causing problems, because now there's a steal. Here we go. Tuta sends it home. Gotta be timeout. And it is timeout, Rotorua boys. They want to have a talk about it. We want to have a talk about it. How exciting is this? This is high school basketball at its best.
Oh, that's outstanding, isn't it, Liam?
Have a look. There we go. That's that 3 from the corner we were talking about. Bang! Straight in.
Just how important is it to box out, eh? You know, you've got to get bodies on people, especially big people like that, because that's just such a momentum switch mover, isn't it? Rotorua boys will find themselves down 7 here. We'll try and regather. Try and slow down the momentum that New Plymouth have built up. And you just saw Christian Vanel there try and split the... coming off the on-ball screen, tried to look like they were hard hitching. He tried to split it. There just wasn't any space to get in there. And that led out to a fast break dunk for the third dunk for the game. And heck, we're going to get another look at this dunk from Tuta.
Just look at the crowd's reaction in the back. That's the exciting. He's pumped. He's really pumped. And that's exciting stuff. Like, this is secondary school basketball at its best. That is exactly what we came here to see, and that's exactly what we got.
So we see Jeff Green having a talk to the referee.
Seems to be a common occurrence with that man. Got a special place in my heart, Jeff Green. He does. Like I said, if I was in the Hamilton district, I'd be voting for him.
Yes, I can remember back when he used to coach 3rd Division, the Hutt Valley Lakers.
Oh, that's a throwback.
Playing in the YMCA here in Palmerston North. I watched them win that title. Then they went 2nd Division next year, then 1st Division the year after.
Bring them up. You know, bring back the Super City Rangers, I say. The ball's blocked. Had a bounce. Retained the ball 2 seconds on the shot clock. And look at that. That's a Kurawhiwhi Toru. Vano. Still a 4-point game inside in the big. Goodman brings the ball back to Tuta. He's going to look to drive through 2 defenders. And it looks like the block came from Nuafa, but obviously it won't be credited because there's a foul in the process.
And Tuta's asking for let's get a replay. He's asking for a goaltending, because of course if you shoot the ball and it hits the backboard and you touch the ball, it's automatically called goaltending. But it looked like Nuafa was able to just kind of get it at the same time. And yeah, really just no need to foul when you've got Nuafa at the back there. They've got to trust the big man's back there coming across to help. Would have had another block shot there.
Makes a shot, it hits Kuru.
And look, as a coaching strategy, if I'm coaching and my players are fouling their best shooter, I'm not happy. Putting the best player on the line, best shooter, it's something you want to avoid.
Brings it right, dangerous in that corner they are. Again, staying on that right-hand side, and Vano hit the Kurawhiwhi Toru from the corner. Again, brings the house up. It's a real intense vibe in here, and it's exciting. People are passionate about it. It's so great to see people coming to watch this 3rd and 4th game. Drive for a hoop.
Wow, Adams does great job to handle the pressure. Comes off 2 on-ball screens, gets himself loose under the hoop, just unable to convert. Did all the hard work.
Tuirapara credited to Nuafa. And he's inside, in the key. Again, what can he make here? 2 players on him. Looks like they're in some sort of zone. Just trying to find a break and they can't.
Great seal there from Nuafa.
Goodman's in there and seems with 1 second on the shot clock.
Look, Goodman's doing a great job in not letting them catch easily. It's forcing them off the block. But after that rotation, he did catch it on the block, and then the defense collapsed. But, you know, getting it inside, kicking it out, it gives your guards and your outside players closeouts and times to make this and opportunities to make decisions. Vanno hits his third shot in a row. He's starting to heat up.
It's his kuru. Another shot goes down. He's a very dangerous player in there, and it's an out of bounds.
It looks like we've got a size 17 foot. Just touched the white line there. If it was size 16, maybe it wouldn't have touched the line.
Yeah, shrug your feet, but a timeout will be taken by New Plymouth. Maybe to recap, timeout, of course, being the Whahiki.
Wow, that Whahiki from Rotorua really did stop the momentum. They've been able to come back and bring it back to 1 point.
Well, it hasn't not been close. It's been within that kind of 5 to 4 point range, but it's just that momentum, as you said, has slowed down just enough for them to stop going on those scoring runs. You know, those 2 big plays that they had inside of the key, those were the momentum switches for New Plymouth boys, and Rotorua have done a good job to stop them. You know, Vanno taking those shots from mid-range. He's been dangerous from mid-range, and those shots are causing New Plymouth to find some other tactics to defend. So what's your plans tomorrow?
Ooh.
More basketball tomorrow?
Yeah, actually I've got to take my son down to New Plymouth. They've got training for their Hoop Nation team, which the tournament's coming up next month.
More basketball action. It's all happening, you know, straight from nationals to training for other tournaments. It's intense stuff. Like, yeah. You know, all the time basketball. But you know, if you love it, you might as well. And if you're good at it.
And if you want to be good at it, you know, you've got to be playing all year round, because the summer is the time. The off season is when the players get a chance to work on their own game, develop and pass or catch up the other players that they're competing with.
Of course, remembering that balance is better and giving yourself rests and, you know, finding yourself able to relax. And it seems like that inside between Goodman and Naifa is really starting to heat up. They're physical one another. Doesn't get a turnover. 1 second to shoot. Shot clock's gone off, but his basket's counted.
Shane Gifkins, great awareness that the shot clock was running down. Didn't look like missing.
Fornatia, Kurawhiwhi Toru. And another Kurawhiwhi Toru attempt.
You know what, when Adams misses a shot now, I'm just so surprised.
Well, he was hitting them all at the beginning of the game, and now it seems to have slowed down. But 28 seconds left until half-time. So we've got about 2 possessions remaining. Let's see what we can do.
Naifa is just doing so much great work inside getting these seals. Ball's just not getting in though. You see the ball getting in from dribble penetration. And Iago Robertson had a little bit of verticality, but perhaps a little bit of contact deemed illegal. And he sends one to the foul line.
Looks like Glenn will come in for Naifa, and he'll get his first chance of the game with 15 seconds remaining. 2 shots for Vanno, however.
What I liked about the New Plymouth when they got that momentum back was everything came off defensive or hustle plays. 1 offensive rebound, you know, a steal that led to a fast break dunk.
Misses the kuru taitoku. And the last possession will come down to New Plymouth. What are they going to run here? Tutu with the ball. Screen set to the left. Defensive play, and wow, that's brilliant by Robertson. And Robertson will finish that quarter off and say, I'll take 2 points to put the game to 46 apiece. Rotorua and New Plymouth boys locked in. We're in for a cracking second half of basketball coming from you right here at Fly Palmy Arena here at the Secondary Schools Nationals Tournament. We'll be back with you very shortly for the second half of this exciting third place matchup.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
We found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather 20 years ago.
One of our biggest problems we have in New Zealand is our lack of facilities, the lack of ability for kids to be able to just go in and shoot hoops. With our Hoops in Schools, Hoops in Parks project, it enables kids to be able to get out there and just have a go, just be able to shoot hoops and have no boundaries, just go out there, have some fun. By not being able to get inside to a lot of facilities, this solves a lot of our problems. We're seeing the hoops that we've already installed just be so well utilised. Every time you drive past a school that's got these hoops in it, there's always kids using them. We know it's going to increase participation in our sport, which is a great thing.
Yeah, Hoops in Schools means to me just a lot of opportunity that when I look back and reflect on my experience at home in Portland, Whangarei, and in the schools, and there wasn't a lot of hoops around, but there was the odd hoop, and we'd always meet there, all the locals, and would have a ball, have fun, and that was a game for all athletes that played all different sports.
It's fantastic to see the ongoing growth of the Hoops in Schools program across the country as we continue to go into different regions. Seeing Tamariki and Rangatahi continuing to have fun through better accessibility is just priceless. And the true value for us is seeing the positive impact it's having across communities here in New Zealand.
It's been absolutely fantastic. We've been able to put 24 hoops into 12 schools right across the province. They were installed a month or so ago, and already we've seen the impact that it's had with kids getting out in there and playing them outside of school hours and the weekends. It's really had a huge impact on the game.
It was good to get into the community today and see the kids just having fun and being able to, have access to these amazing hoops that have been put into new communities, because a lot of schools don't have access to these things.
Now, looking at this initiative of putting a lot more hoops in schools is amazing. I've been to 3 or 4 schools today, and just seeing the faces of this young tamariki has been awesome. And it makes you think about where we're headed and where we've been, and it brings a smile to my face too.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex app, Flybuys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with Pumped. And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
Manawatu, that's where I want to be. Here we are, Fly Palmy Arena, looking to create history here in the 3rd place game. You Plymouth boys, Rotorua boys, 46 apiece. It's very exciting stuff, and man, we haven't been able to separate these two teams. We've had runs, we've had exciting moments, big dunks, highlight plays. And I'm sitting here with Stace Lambert, and we're discussing the success of either of these teams and what they need to do to get back on track and break the deficit. Rotorua boys looking very, very dominant in the paint, but Plymouth able just to move the ball around and have done a really good job creating space for 3-pointers.
Wow, yeah, when you've got someone like Tuta out there, he's certainly drawing the attention of 2 defenders at times 3. So, yeah, let's go back to that last play. A great offensive tip from Iago Robertson to tie it up.
Rotorua to start off the game here. Looks like they haven't really made much change apart from Anderson back on the floor and Nuafa back on. And straight away, managed to turn the ball over, just a bit of miscommunication. And New Plymouth will have their first chance to get some points on the board for the quarter. There's Adam. He's played really well so far. He's done his job, and he's found gaps right in the middle. But
great pass. Great awareness to flick it behind his head as Nuafa came over to block it.
We're watching
Very
that
disappointing they can't convert off that.
I was watching that in real time, and it almost looked like he went for the shot and got blocked, but you're right, he did flick it behind the back of his head. Just another thing in the arsenal of skills. Ball's still in the centre, runs into two players, and Nuafa will go to the line.
Look, I've had the pleasure of watching Xavier Adams over the last few years, and I was just surprised when I saw him at the tournament. He's bulked up, he's put on some muscle. He was named in the New Zealand Under-17 reserves. It's just great to see that he's been improving out of sight.
Snooks will come back to the court as Nuafa looks to go for the Kuru Tautoko. Can't convert the first. Just hits the tapa. And for the second shot here, it manages to make that one.
Nothing but net on that one.
First points of the second half here at Fly Palmy Arena. Third and fourth game at Secondary School Nationals. Tuta can't drive in. Rotorua on the attack now. Got numbers out on the left-hand side, but they just choose to slow it down. Give it some time to set something up.
Wide open in the middle.
Oh, lovely. Look at he just took the spin, got Washer on his off leg and got around him, left-hand layup. And that's that versatility, being able to shoot, do layups with both hands. It's such a skill. As driving lovely from Tuta.
And number 8, Masters there, staying with the man in the corner. Probably on this occasion you might want to double off and give up the corner 3 to get the ball out of Tuta's hands. Masters from the corner.
We were talking in the last game about the importance of the Kuru Whiwhitoru, which is the three-pointer, and how it's changed the game, and more three-point attempts, just like this one from Oscar Goodman. And that's 2 for him. Just how important they've become, especially with the bigs. Versatile, able to take the shots from the three-point line as well.
Yeah, and with the three-point line being moved back, I'm still getting used to that myself.
What about the introduction of the 4-point line? What do you think?
Is there discussion about that?
No, there's not, but the idea, you know, going to see like the Harlem Globetrotters, again, he's enjoying that mid-space. It's like taking a free throw, but it's in game and it's worth 2. Varno really enjoying that spot. These New Plymouth boys stuck in the right-hand side there, manages to find a gap down the middle, and it looks like Tuta will go to the line for a Kuru Taitoku.
Look, Tuta, I really like one of the moves that he does quite often. When he doesn't quite get past his man, he takes the first step in his layup, then the second step is a long, elongated, slower stride, and the defender just creates space for him, and he just can be able to hang in the air. He's just quite tall. I stood next to him last night. I reckon he's got to be 6'4", 6'3".
Looks like Wash is coming out for Snetzer. And a change for Rotorua with Irving and Masters on the switch, and the first Kulu is made.
And we've had a few lead changes in this game, Leon. It's neck and neck all the way.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's you know, these two teams are pretty well matched. Like, they've got numbers each way, and both players, both teams are really getting into it. You know, they're not just playing to be here. They really want to go home with that bronze. It's a beautiful medal. I don't know if I don't have them on me, but they're really lovely medals as well. You know, they're shiny. They really do represent the first secondary school nationals we've had since 2019. As another layup goes, and another 2 points added to Rotorua's total, brings the game back to 53 apiece.
Really like these offensive sets that Dave Bublitz is running with his unit. Everybody knows their roles. Everyone's aware of their own skill set. And, you know, they're able to run some great actions to get Tuta the ball. Because without a doubt, you know, that's got to be a focus from the defensive strategy to try and shut him down.
100%. There he is. Some illegal contact. He'll go to the line for 2. That's Nuafa's foul. Might be a second.
Looked pretty vertical on that to me.
Will be a second. Tuta will go to the line. Let's have another look at this. Drives to the hoop, and as you can see, just moving to the side a little bit. You know, that legal guarding position didn't really exist there, so good call. And go to the line and shoot some kuru taitokus. Gets the first one. And the second one. There's 2 points added to the basket of New Plymouth boys. I'm really enjoying watching him play. He, you know, even in the third quarter, he's still running around. Made it to that right wing. He was open too. There he is on that right wing, ready to shoot. Passes it back out. Nuafa. Oh, blocked and smothered. And he'll go to the line.
So we have a foul on Darcy Rapata. That's his first time he's checked into the game today.
And he gets a foul straight away.
Well, it's good to see that he wasn't prepared just to let Nuafa catch the ball on the inside like he had been doing against Washer. So clearly he's got the instructions from the coach that, you know, Nuafa catching the ball deep is not a good sign for them.
Well, it's quite good being, you know, a player of that, I guess, not to say 7, 8, 9 range, but more looking at the coach says, hey, I'm choosing you and I've got a task for you. I've got some special instructions for you. Don't let this guy go. And if you come, even if you come off the game with 3 or 4 fouls, you know, in a few minutes, you've done your job. You know, and that's kind of what basketball is about, especially at this level. It's finding your job and making sure you do it really well. As we were talking about at the beginning of the game, you know, 0 points on the board, but still managing to do your work for 30 minutes. You know, that's just like Snooks did, number 7. That's the one. Speaking of numbers, Riley Tuta back in the action with another 2 points. Driving in, lovely layup there from Anderson. It's almost slow motion watching him. He goes 1, 2, straight away right hand layup.
Showing his versatility. Most of his work's been in the paint. And as we see, number 7, Teako Bennett, just with the left forearm there, pushing on the hip of Tuta.
That's another one there, you know, another, since Tuta's got sorted, is he saw the contact. He knew if I drive through this area, I will pick up the contact. He just biffed his head back just a little bit, just enough to say, hey, I've definitely been hit. He's got the ball back. He's got 14 seconds to make something happen. He'll drive straight into some contact and manages to finish around 2 defenders. Man, Rotorua really need to close up that paint because he's driving straight through there, no problem.
Oh, geez, Liam, I know, but what do? You can't sag off him because he's going to shoot it in your face, so you've got to put some pressure. I guess the help's got to be ready to step up.
Someone needs to be ready to step up. And Casey Nuafa does just that. Takes a quarter of Fefe Toru.
Having a big game.
He is.
Casey Nuafa.
I still feel like he's got more energy left in him. He's just trying to find the right moment to really go beast mode and go off. And there's another Tuta just all over. He's involved in everything here. You know, we seem to be saying his name more often than we're saying basketball or dribble or anything.
Well, he just gets that half a shoulder and a hip in front of his defender, and with those long strides he's able to protect the ball on the carry, kept it up by his head so they couldn't strip him down low. Takes the contact, and you know, most of the time when there's contact, if you're in a balanced position with the ball, you're going to get the call.
Kuru Taitoku is good. 61-60 takes the lead for New Plymouth boys. So we're halfway through this third quarter, and we've got another 15 or so minutes left of exciting basketball action. It goes left and goes wide to Bennett. Bennett sends it to Nuafa. Nuafa, that's the Vano blocked. Goodman passes it off. Oh, what a play. That is an exceptional play by Snooks. Not Snooks, sorry, that's Bennett. Looking at the wrong team. He saw that he was in trouble when he went, right, I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen. Strips the ball.
Great
Look
hustle.
at that. That is exceptional play.
And really, Tutu will be upset with himself there, showing the ball.
Need to protect it better. It's as simple as that. There was 2 points that went begging right there, and it could be costly. But that is an absolutely monstrous play.
Let's put a hand up at the top. It's going under the screen. That's not a good idea.
Couldn't get the shot in.
Probably more luck than miss. Again, Wafa in the paint, unguarded, not getting the ball. Here he is in the high post now.
Ball's in the key. It's a bit loose. Guess who's come out with it? It's Tuta.
It's 2-on-1 here.
2-on-1. There he goes.
Finish from Robertson. It was a bit of a hard one then. Do you pass or do I take it?
But that's those situations again that you train for. And he knew exactly what he was going to do. He's obviously read the scout about where the defender will go. And that's such a vital part of this game. So shots goes by Vano. Can't get it, but might get the offensive rebound here. But just goes out of bounds. Ball will stick with New Plymouth.
And that's a bit of a battle to watch there. We've got Snooks and Anderson. Snooks from number 7 from New Plymouth boys, and Anderson from Rotorua boys, fighting for those rebounds there. Very similar build players.
Fornatia will come in for Rairino. Who will go sit on the bench and have a well-deserved break. Oh, there's the blowhorns. They're out in force here. Looks like there's a bit of a crowd gathering as well. Excited to watch some more secondary schools third place action right before the grand finals. As Adam takes a shot. And what way are we going? Staying with New Plymouth.
I like Robertson. He's just got such an awareness. I wasn't sure who that was off then. He was confident it was their ball. So
it's got to be. You've got to be confident. You've got to know exactly the next play you're going to take. And they know. Got 5 seconds left. It's game awareness here on the shot clock. 5 seconds, and it looks like Snooks knows that there's 5 seconds. He's pointing it out. The referees are just going to check this one. Make sure they've got it spot on. More basketball action after this one. You're tuning in a bit later from 3:30 this afternoon. 3 o'clock if you want to watch To The Line on Whakata Māori and Freeview. And then the grand finals starting from 3:30 with the girls, Westlake and St Andrews. And he goes out of bounds. Great defense there from Nuafa.
kind of handed a bit of a hospital pass there, but he had 5 seconds, was running down. Really nowhere for Xavier Adams to go there.
Absolutely, nowhere to go. Someone's got to do something with it. Rotorua have it. Inside to Nuafa. There he goes, makes a play. Spin move, he's good. He's in.
We saw this last night, Liam. This was a bit of a problem for New Plymouth, allowing the ball to get into that high post.
And one! Great pass in there, and Tuta finishes it off and makes it a 3-point play.
So it looks like we had a double down screen on the left-hand side here. Tuta decided to fake going over top of it, went back door, completely lost his defender, who looked like he was fighting to get over the top, shooting the gap. There he goes. Bennett caught turning his head. I think the strategy that you really want to have on Tuta is to not shoot the gap, because you want to stay in contact with him. You really probably want to be shirt tailing him, making him curl off shots, and hope that your bigs can help out.
100%.
Again, there's that high post wide open.
To the right, he's got 2 players on him. Oh, jeez, that could have been deadly. But no, the foul's been called by the officials. And we'll go to the line to shoot a bunch of kuru taitoku.
Just think, yeah, Washer's just got to use, his footwork to get around that. Every time Nuafa is getting the ball in the paint, it's turning out for something positive for Rotorua boys.
Can't get the first one to go. And the shooting's been fantastic today. Generally, most of the shots they're taking are going in for both teams. And that's why we've got a game as close as 63-66 with New Plymouth just taking the reins. Passed off to Tuta. What's he going to do? And he's going to drive it. Passed it in. And that is a fantastic assist straight to Goodman. His truck and trailer right behind him, ready to go. And managed just to come up with 2 points.
And Tuta is very unselfish. Like he's not a person that, he gets a lot of shots up, but he's not a person that holds the ball a lot. If he doesn't have something, he moves it, and he moves off the ball so well.
It's a game-reading situation, just like Nuafa has done here, and he's shot the ball, no rebound, so the ball will go to New Plymouth.
Perhaps to rush that one just a little bit.
We still had time on the clock, and you know, even within about 10 seconds, you can still run something with 10 seconds left on the clock, and I think coach is bringing in, well, it looks like Moka will come in for his first chance of the game. Next point, he's sitting down, passes in, lovely. Washer finishes it up.
And another assist from Tuta.
This will be their biggest lead of the game, 7 points. I wonder how Rotorua are going to respond to this one.
Some great internal passing, unable to convert.
Robertson with the two-upper. And we'll come back the other way, Tuta, back to Robertson. Tuta again, he's got 14 seconds to play with, so a bit of time to go, but he decides step back 3, and step back make he does.
And that's the first bit of emotion I've seen from Tuta. He's getting pumped up.
He showed off to the crowd. I'm sure his family are there. His whānau are watching him wherever they are around the country. I hope you're enjoying this because this is going to be a good one. So we've got 1 minute left in this third quarter.
Crucial position here for Rotorua. They really need to get a score.
They need points.
And that's the best way to do it too. And one. And a foul on one of their players.
They get points. Naifa really takes the ball in the key and comes up with the M1. He'll go to the line and shoot a Kuru Taitoku. There he is. Man, he's a big unit. I wouldn't mess with him on the basketball court, I tell you.
So we've got 55 seconds here. And New Plymouth probably have a chance for a 2-for-1. If they get a shot early, at least they'll get another possession back.
Yeah, plenty of time to play with here with 45 seconds left to go.
Holding there, grabbing of the jersey.
Possibly a missed grab, but don't worry, they've still got the ball. Was driven in, finds he gets stuck, does Robertson, and Rotorua come up with it. They're on the push. I really want to score here and try and, as you said, do a 2-for-1. Up the top, to the right. 6 seconds on the shot clock.
3 triple team.
Over the top, doesn't matter. Give me all 5 players, he says. It's fine, and they might get the turnover here. 5 seconds left. We know he can shoot. Goodman can shoot, but no, Robertson shoots. Robertson can't quite get it. That will take us to the end of the third. 73-67. New Plymouth looking dominant. Man, Rotorua coming up with those big clutch shots at the last minute. And we've got 10 more minutes till we find out who's walking home with bronze.
That was a very good last minute for Rotorua boys to get a good couple of stops, a score, and almost another steal. They could have brought that from 10 back to 4. It was close. So I feel like they probably did get a little bit of momentum back there. That's just what they wanted coming into the end of that quarter.
Yeah, I think now Rotorua need to focus just back a little bit and go, right, how do we keep that momentum going? We've got a 2-minute break. Can't get around it. We've got to take our time. We've got to get our mindsets sorted. And the coaching staff, you know, seem to be talking it up and talking to them and giving them time to sit down and go, right, here's our plan. Because this is going to be a big, big quarter for them. They need to get that deficit, those 6 points back as soon as possible and get a lead. That's why basically what basketball is, isn't it? Trying to be the team with the most points at the end.
Who scores the most points at the end of the game?
Absolutely. And we've got some more games on a few hours later for Kata Māori. You can tune in on Freeview and on Sky and see these games live. Grand finals on from 3:30. But tune in from 3 p.m. to watch To The Line, Finn McClure and the team at Rongotai College in Wellington from back in 2018. Jack and Anthony did a great job on that video there, and it's one of those basketball videos that I'm sure is going to live on forever, and just see the pathways to college, the pathways to America. see some of their success even here at secondary school nationals, national championships. It's exactly what it is. And man, remember being part of that and just seeing what they did. They did some really good stuff. The premiere was great. Watching it on other channels, on other TV channels when it first released back in 2019, I think it was actually. They delayed a little bit. It was really good to watch. So tune in then. And then obviously we've got the big finals coming up. It'll be really exciting as St Andrews takes on the mighty Westlake. That'll be a matchup to see. Then after that, Rosmini and Christ's College. 5:30. You can watch that all on Freeview for Kata Māori from 3 o'clock.
You see just behind the Rotorua bench, I think we just saw an even better mullet than Charles Anderson. Perhaps it's his little brother.
Charles Anderson Jr. Oh, that's exciting stuff. Look, the mullet watch has been on. The mullet, as was put by Andrew, and the mullet has been something of a fashion accessory here, and it's really started off, and players are really donning it, aren't they? There it is.
This is how old it is. I used to have one when I was about 12, in my Metallica days, my heavy metal days.
You Ride the Lightning?
Yeah.
Ride the Lightning fan? Of course you are.
Master of Puppets.
That's what I like to hear. 2 on the Rock 2000 this year. Doesn't really matter as we're back to the game. It looked like a game of volleyball almost. There's Kane passes it off, but nowhere to go. Just ran into a little bit of trouble there, did Tuta.
Definitely a bit of a change in the defense there. We had Rairi North face guarding Tuta.
Intimidation tactics, possibly, but also straight in as Anderson, rather than...
And there's no way around Snooks. Oh, yes, there is.
Yes, there is, and it's around him, and using that right hand just to float it up and bring the ball down for an extra 2 points.
Shaking and baking, Charles Anderson, reminding me of Hakeem Olajuwon.
Reminds me of my playing days, I tell you that for sure, as a block comes out of bounds. But that's a big play there from Masters. Xavier Adam tried to shoot, just got held up. You see this again. Spins, tries to get out of trouble, but no, that's all right. We'll tip it out of bounds. And we'll give them 7 seconds to shoot. We found out they're struggling a little bit with those later shot clocks. Tuta. There he goes. He's not. He's going straight down the rim. And he runs into some defense.
Well done with the challenge from Noafo. Not fouling that time, not allowing any contact.
It's been a low fouling game, to be honest. So some great defense has been played this entire time. But also because the shooting's just been fantastic. There hasn't really been that much contest in terms of under the rim. As Noafa will take a high 3.
In and out.
He can't go, but Goodman will catch it. And Goodman will receive. Man, I really want to see Goodman playing some more post play. He's on a different player this time. He's on Anderson rather than on Noafa. And it looks like Washer has gone back to Noafa in the post play. He sets a screen, looks for that roll. There's a mismatch in the paint. It's got to go in. Might have been blocked there, but don't worry. Washer's got it. Washer's got 2 points.
Wow, Anderson's still on the 3-point line there. He needed to rotate as Noafa came over to block the shot to help out on the rebounds.
It's a lot of toot-upper, a lot of rebounds coming in, especially off those boards. The offensive rebounds are very important, just as the defensive ones, as Riley Tuta passes it off to Goodman. Goodman's got the ball and he can play inside, but as we saw, he can shoot. He's shooting really well. Snooks, don't worry, setting it up with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Tuta forcing it left. Here he goes. He's got some space, but he's got 3 seconds to play, and there's a bit of a mismatch here, but don't worry. He's found a way in. He's got 2 more points.
Wow, it just opened up like Moses opened the ocean there.
The Plymouth boys running away a little bit here. They've got an 8-point lead. That's their biggest of the game now. Rotorua on that right-hand side. The mullet of Anderson passes it off. They've got room there for Masters. Masters has space. Masters drives in and out. But the offensive toot-upper. And look at that. On the boards he was Masters. He was ready to pounce. Ball's up, Goodman. Goodman for 3. Oh, he's probably making up for the last 2 he got in.
Well, Snooks tried to throw it off the legs of Nuafor, falling out of bounds. That happened to him last night.
His legs are like rocks, and they just stop the ball in its tracks. And a timeout taken by Rotorua, definitely needed. 8 points in it. They need to have a bit of a chat here, because like I said, they need to figure out a way to score more than New Plymouth, while maintaining, or still keeping themselves in the game. It's starting to become a bit more challenging for them, you know, as the time goes down. We've got 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. It's now a battle between time and the score.
Yeah, I think a key thing for Rotorua is to continue getting the ball inside to Nuafor. Even if he's drawing a lot of attention, so he's not going to get to shoot it every time, but it's as soon as he catches it on that high post, 2 players, sometimes 3 are coming to him. There's definitely a little drop off down on the post in the lower block.
There was a mullet. I just saw a mullet. That was excellent. Bring him back. We need to get Mullet Cam back. But first of all, yeah, there he is. Look at that. That's exceptional. That's the curly mullet. That's almost the dream mullet, I think. But you know what the dream would be for Rotorua? To get these 8 points and turn it into 9 and take the lead. They really need to figure out something here, and that post, that game in the post is going to be so important for them now. I don't think their shooting game is going to be on unless you're looking at some mid-range shots from our boy Vano,
who's been very quiet in this third quarter. New Plymouth have done a good job not to let him get loose. However, Masters could be the one to be taking over here.
Yeah, he's definitely stepped up, but he's going into the same place. They're running the exact same play as they did a few possessions ago. They've changed him up, and he's gone and done the trick. There you go.
He has some deceptive elevation, doesn't he?
Well, it's the ability to be able to do something with the basketball while in the air. It's insane. You've got a limited time. You've got like maybe 0.8 of a second in the air, hanging. There's a big foul there, comes on, but being in the air and being able to do something with the ball and going, right, what's the defender doing? And then changing up as you move. It's insane. The skill that's required for that.
Yes, and in that break we saw Vano quickly go up to Nuafor and talk to him about the coverage on the screen from Tuta. No help as Tuta came off that screen.
Can't get the Turu Taitoku, but he's got one more left. And the offensive board, the offensive Turapa. That's the one. That's the word I was looking for. There he is, Washer. And just too much on it. Swashed right through, did Washer, and he couldn't get it. So the rebound goes towards Rotorua. The Turapa. It's Imported blocked. Very good block. Oscar Goodman starts up the pace. That's a long stride, man. That is huge. Did you see those legs? Riley Tuta.
Becoming his patent move, isn't it?
Absolutely. It doesn't matter where he starts from. He's taking 1-2 and the ball is going in the hoop. Rotorua in some problems here. 7 points in it. Just over 5 minutes left to play in this third place game. Shots taken, tipped out of bounds, and staying away of New Plymouth.
And New Plymouth back into a man-to-man here, and that's certainly closed up the inside.
Absolutely. Well, struggling to get the ball inside. Before they had a really good matchup, but it seems the post isn't as strong. Maybe running out of gas a little bit. Just not as strong, but it's still working for them. They're managing to find players. Oh, can't finish the dunk, Kim Washer.
Great pick and roll there between Washer and Goodman. Great pass over the top and unable to convert on the dunk.
Takes out the New Zealand carbon farming sign.
Taken out a few times, that one.
A lot of these signs seem to be taken out. That's fantastic. Put straight back up, straight back on the horse. Away we go. Speaking of away we go.
That's a much better defense there by Bennett to stay in front.
Ball's hanging around that right side. They've got 15 seconds to work the shot clock. On the right. Here we go. Here's some post play. Nuafor has got it. What's he going to do? He's stuck. And 3 seconds in the key. It did take a while. He looked to go. He's staying in there. He looked to go, spun around, didn't know what to do, hesitated, and that cost them the turnover. It's that sort of thing. Like, just the getting in there quick. We've got to make a decision. We've got to go. We've got to shoot. Time's against them. We have to get the ball in the basket. When do you start moving to the outside shooting? Because that we know we can clear some space and get that sorted. Washer, he's missed the last few. Maybe it's a look. Maybe he needs to look to get the ball to Goodman, or find someone to truck and trail or something similar. As the offensive tutor, well, comes the way of Rotorua. 4 minutes to play. Sets the screen. Does Anderson. Cuts out. Great movement.
Pass.
There you go. The outside shot. Masters drills it in. That's 3 points added to their total. Game's come to 4 points.
And as we see Bennett here face guarding, his shirt tailing him off that double screen.
Right on cue was Goodman, but he couldn't get that shot in. He's missed his last 2 3-point attempts, or 3 kuru taitokus. Ball's into Nuafa. He's not going to make 3 seconds this time.
Oh, great rebound.
Turapa, 12, Anderson, but it now falls into the hands of New Plymouth. We're on the attack. Goodman thought about putting it up. Here we go. Tuta taking it in. Tuta taking 2. That's a big shot.
Just so much versatility.
Man, this game's heating up. You can feel the intensity. And the crowd chanting the names. New Plymouth and Rotorua here at the 3rd place game. Secondary School Nationals 2022. Nuafa has it. Nuafa can't get it in. They're struggling. The defensive end for New Plymouth has increased. They've gotten stronger and they've gotten quicker to get to the point they need to be.
Goodman did just enough to make him change the shot.
Takes it out and out of bounds.
And Bennett doing a good job. Not giving Tuta any space.
That'll be a timeout, I believe, to New Plymouth. But you can see that just in that side, that turnover there, what you saw is there was not enough space. So Rotorua pushed them to that side. And that sideline, even though the signage is quite close, it's bigger than it seems, but they've managed to cram it into such a small space, causing the turnover and giving them back the ball. 2.5 minutes left. They're 6 down. They need something big here. And it may be a 3-pointer. Just like that last play. They swung the ball around. Look at that. Just getting the rebounds.
We've seen that quite a lot today. Players just making some outstanding moves and just not being able to finish off at the end with that finishing touch.
Another great mullet for you.
It's good to see such a different range of mullets. You can rock it with the straight hair, with the curly hair, the wavy hair. We've seen them all. Even with the curly hair, some of them are straightening it. I have to say my sons do use my wife's straighteners.
It's great. Stevie Cousins there. I can see him normally in the commentary with him doing some stuff. It's great to see people enjoying themselves actually and enjoying the games. The boys are on TV. There we are. But 2.5 minutes left to go in this one. There we go. Look at that one. That to me.
Can we call that one a mullet? I don't think the sides are short enough.
We'll have a chat to him later as we stare down Anderson's mullet. 2.5 minutes left.
Anderson's played a heap of minutes tonight, so was Nuafa.
Well, he's done a great job to cut the defense and also on the attacking end. He's been there as a secondary player in that post paint.
There's a mismatch down low here. Decides to shoot it.
As I said, they needed to go for 3. The two-upper falls in the hands of Xavier Adam. And they'll try and slow down the clock here, I think. That's the best case scenario. Get it slow, cut the end. There's Goodman. Goodman's got it in the corner. He's got to do something with it.
Wasn't really anywhere to go on that baseline.
And it looks like they'll inbound from the awkward corner as a brain explosion on camera in the corner. And what do we got here? A foul's been called by referee Amy Joe on number 7.
Apologies to our listeners. Coughing in your ears.
You've still got your eardrums. Great to hear from you. Look at that. People are so excited to be here. Secondary School Nationals. Minute 50 remain. We're in the last 2 minutes of the game. The ball stolen. Had an opportunity from the foul. They've got to shoot. They've got to do something. Nwafa in. Nwafa good. 2 points. Takes the lead to 4.
I think 4 points. I think there's real no need for Rotorua to lose their composure here. They're right in this game. All they need is a couple of stops.
The one turnover. They need to be huge on the two-upper. Crash the boards. Passes off. Washer does the spin cycle. And man, that's on cold. And I'll put my clothes out to dry with that.
Great to see Washer get one to go down after some great moves and not being able to finish. Finally gets one to go right when Plymouth needed it.
Still 6 points. Rotorua need to do something. And the man to do something right now is Vano. He's been a little bit quiet this one. There's Nwafa. He's good. He's got it. It's another 2 points. There's still 4 out.
2-possession game here. Again, Rotorua don't need to lose their composure.
Still got timeouts remaining. There's still time. It's a 4-point game. The foul count is so low. Passes out to Goodman. Tuta needs to do something.
Tuta believes he can take him off the dribble, and he does, and gets it out of here.
That is a big block there from Nwafa. He said, I've got a point. And now timeout has been taken by Rotorua. That is astronomically important. He stopped a certain 2 points from Tuta. As he drives in, he said, no thank you. You can have it from out of bounds with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
And great discipline there from Charles Anderson. Once he was beat to not foul, trust that Nwafa was coming across from the help side. And that was a volleyball spike. That was nice.
Yeah, well, can he go game, set and match? That's what I want to know. It's 4 points left as we see some basketball legends on the screen.
Daryl Cartwright and Phil Jones.
Well, I'll put it this way. I don't see them growing mullets anytime soon.
No.
I think those days are long gone.
Phil could do a new type of mullet. Doesn't have any on the top.
Great to see the girls team supporting. So we've got 34 seconds left. That is 34 seconds in the fourth quarter of this third place game between Rotorua and New Plymouth.
Liam, I can remember the first time I ever saw Phil Jones play. I was watching the Nationals up in the North Island back in 1992. And because he's from Reefton, none of us from the North Island never heard of him. And this kid was just shooting fadeaway threes off pull-up, off the dribble. And I was like, who is this guy? I thought he must be from America. He must be some dude that's come over, but
no, he's born and bred.
It was the Reefton kid.
Oh, the jumper three. Couldn't quite get it there from Xavier Adam. Now Rotorua have a chance. Here we go. Vano, he's been quiet. They've got the ball. And they foul. That is crucial. Foul there.
And how quickly could that have turned around? We had both Anderson and Nwafa both had their hands on that rebound.
Just got it there and just got the foul. Imagine if they got the two-upper. If Rotorua had the two-upper on that one, we could be looking at a completely different story. It would have gone back up and we might have had a 2-point game. Instead, we've got a 4.
So Rotorua still have one more foul to give before they can stop the clock and get the ball on the line. So I'd imagine as you'd come out here, you'd probably take the first 2 to 4 seconds to try and get a steal. And if you can't get a steal real quickly, then you probably want to foul, and then the ball will be out of bounds. Then they'll have to do the same thing again. Because they only have 3 team fouls. So perhaps they probably wanted to give up a team foul earlier on so they could foul and get them on. Of course, that's a strategy that you see at the end of basketball games where you foul the other team so they have to shoot the free throw. You hope they miss the free throw, then you can come back down the other end and catch up.
Absolutely, and it's so crucial here because for Rotorua, they need to know that New Plymouth can shoot 3 throws, and they've done it all game. They've shot exceptionally well from the 3-throw line. So if they keep fouling them, they need to almost be prepared that it's an instant 2-point giveaway. They need to pray that it doesn't, but it's almost a 2-point giveaway on that bonus foul.
So without a doubt, you're going to have certainly certain players that you want to be looking. I'd certainly be Snooks would be one we'd be looking to foul. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not going to inbound. And you certainly do not want it to be Tuta or Adams. Interesting. So it looks like they're going to set up the 2 forwards. They're going to screen down court for Tuta and Adams to come back to the ball. I would definitely switch that and... Oh, gee, I didn't need to foul. Probably could have grabbed it there and got a tied ball.
It's almost like they could have gotten another man across and it would have been a very interesting situation. But again, one more foul to go before the bonus. Only a second came off the clock then, so...
I think they missed.
Oh,
and that's what I'm talking about, almost with the steal, and again.
Anderson will take that foul.
And the clock hasn't stopped, we've just lost about... Should be about 18.
That was crucial. It might have been 17 seconds, but it kept going. It's definitely not 12 seconds to go, I'll put it that way. Coach is up in the air, and rightfully so. Well, it seems to have gone, clock seemed to have gone down rather than up. Refs have got 18 seconds back on the clock. Man, what an exciting stuff. Great stuff from Amy Jo there, making sure that the game does justice. And we've got 2 shots, and like I said, this is what it's going to come down to, the free throws here.
Well, look, last night that was their Achilles heel. Had they have made half of their free throws, they would have stayed within 5 points, and that fully takes takes a lot of pressure off. Being five down or 12 down, huge difference.
Oh, that one just bounces off the tapa.
So we have still
one more Kuru Taitoku to come.
Can make one here, so he has to be a 3-point position if it's going to be 2, but he misses.
And the ball's going to go out, and he's kicked it in. Out of bounds, but this is actually worked really well for Rotorua. Because if they take a timeout, they can advance it here, but I don't know how many they've got left. If only I had something in front of me that would tell me how many timeouts they have, but I don't, so they're going to have to take it from the backcourt. Oh no, here we go. He's finally called it. That's a timeout. That's what they need. They should advance that ball, and they're going to have 14 seconds to do something with it. There's only 14 seconds really in the game left.
So what do you think, Liam? What do you go for here? You come out for it's a 2-position game. Do you come out for a quick 2, or do you come out for a 3?
I'm setting up Masters for a 3. It's a do or die moment. I can go for 2 and then look for a turnover, but again, I don't think they're going to come as lucky this time, the next time they send them to the foul line.
So we'll look to see what sort of play Rotorua will come out with here. They'll definitely need to shoot it quickly, looking to get a shot up within 3 or 4 seconds. So they get a chance for either an offensive rebound and then just a quick foul to stop the clock again. If they make it, the timeouts are up on the screen, so...
Oh, they are. I've just been not looking at them this whole time. They're actually on our scoreboard.
New Plymouth does have one more timeout. I'm thinking...
As long as it's counting down.
On a score, do you take it and then advance the ball so that if there is a turnover, you're not going to turn it over in your back court? Or is advancing the ball going to put too much pressure on, not leave enough space?
We need to get as far away from your hoop as possible. And it almost feels like a home court here for New Plymouth. They're going to do their best to defend this one. Rotorua, I'm giving the ball, if I could, to Masters. I have to.
Look, I'd watch the inbounder here. Vanel's inbounding, so quite often the inbounder gets left alone. See Adams is straight off him.
Passes to Anderson. Anderson gives the ball.
They're going for the quick 2.
Vano. Oh, over the top! He's got it live for 2 points in it. Timeout. That is a defining moment in this game. They've got 2 points in it. Watch this. Comes around the side. Looks to go up. The pass deflected. Over the top.
That's the way to finish, big man. He has had an outstanding game. Probably be my player of the game.
There's something about the last few minutes that gets that guy off his feet. And in that case, absolutely, as we watch this again, pass deflect, he almost loses it. Over the top. Slams it home over 2 defenders. That is exceptional stuff. Now we're in for a game. 2 points in it. 9.1 seconds left. And as you know, That's a lot of time in basketball.
Oh, absolutely. We saw that in an earlier game with in the tournament with Boys High, who were up 5 with 20 seconds to go. And the other team managed to pull it back for some overtime. 82, 84, 9 seconds to go. What's Bob Litt's going to do? What's his strategy to make sure they safely inbound the ball? You have to be strong with the ball here. You have to protect it. I think, again, you go for the steal for the first couple of seconds before an automatic foul. You never know, you could get a deflection.
New Plymouth only have 1 foul on the board. That means they'd need to foul 4 more times to send Rotorua to the line if it came to that.
Look, any screens here for Rotorua, I would just be double teaming 9 and 11, Tuta and Adams, so they do not catch the ball. Let the other guys catch and see if we can force it. Oh, that could have been a steal.
Ball to the pass, foul's taken there.
Very risky inbound pass. Almost the worst pass you could throw. Because if that had been tipped, that was a dunk. And we're going to overtime.
Absolutely, or just wide enough, just got the right pass angle. And just sends young man Tuta to the line. The wrong person to send to the line, that's 3.
Can make it a 2-possession game here. And no timeout left for Rotorua.
One more here. This is game. And it is game. Got 6.7 seconds left. They roll it. It's been touched. 5 seconds remain. What's going to happen? Drives through the hoop. Blocked. The foul's been called by the officials.
And hold on, we still have a game. He makes these 2 free throws. I've seen Reggie Miller steal an inbound pass on this and hit a 3. Can we see it today?
I'm thinking more of the Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams combination. Off the backboard to Westbrook at the back. It needs a point here, needs 1 to go in. 0.7 of a second, and this should be it. And it is it. New Plymouth boys will take home what was a very, very exciting 3rd place game. Rotorua will hang their heads, but know that they played to whatever they could and gave whatever they could this tournament. Celebrations all around from New Plymouth. Look at the smiles on their face. They're going home with bronze. So you see Oscar Goodman there, embracing his good teammate Xavier Adam. What a game this was. How good. This is what basketball's about. This is what it's all about. Right in front of friends, whānau, the energy, the atmosphere, as we prepare for the grand finals coming up shortly. Well done, New Plymouth boys. Take your hat off. They played outstanding. Both teams played outstanding.
Absolutely, a great spectacle of basketball here. This is why these 2 teams are in the top 4. A great, entertaining game, and great to be a part of.
Great stuff here as we see teams shaking hands. What a fantastic turnout. Well, this has been my time. Just remember, tune in from 3 o'clock for Kata Māori Freeview, Channel 5. And make sure you're checking out the excitement that's going to come for the grand finals, the To The Line documentary. That has been Stace Lambert. I've been Liam Collins. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening and watching this fantastic 3rd place game between New Plymouth boys and Rotorua boys. Final score 86-83 to New Plymouth. Signing out, ka kite.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice. No more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.